So Joe Biden says it's time to reward work, not just wealth. On day one, I'll move to eliminate the Trump tax cut for the super wealthy, cut the unjustified loopholes in our tax code, and use that money to invest in America's future. June 27th, 2019, he said that. Well, what is he actually going to do? By the way, there are only 419 people gullible enough to believe that. Biden offers to keep 2017 Trump tax cuts intact. In infrastructure counteroffer to GOP. What's the date on that? That's published June 3rd. So look at that. From June 27th, just a little under a year later, he goes 100%, 180 backtrack. Biden's, I feel like we've been here before almost. Mm-hmm. Biden's latest infrastructure offer proposed to Republican senators this week would keep intact President Donald Trump's 2017 tax cuts that they oppose unwinding. It's almost like the ruling class gets whatever they want no matter what. It's almost like that. Good thing the Justice Democrats are there to vote as a bloc. The tweaked proposal would no longer raise the corporate tax from 21 to 28%. FYI, it used to be 35% before Trump's tax cut. And then Joe Biden was pledging to bring it back up to 28, which is what they call the ratchet effect, if you know what that is. He's not even going to do the ratchet effect now. They're just going to be straight up Republicans. Instead, Biden's new proposal increases tax enforcement to ensure the largest corporations, some of which have avoided paying any taxes because of loopholes, that they pay at least a minimum of 15%, which likely means some of them might pay 10%. Biden reduced his infrastructure plan from $2.25 trillion to $1.7 trillion last month to get closer to an amount Republicans could theoretically support. So he compromised with the Republicans once, and then he did it again just for kicks. That's something. Psaki, that's Biden spokeswoman's press secretary, did not say whether Biden is willing to go below $1 trillion. We're going to keep optionality. No, she didn't say. We're going to keep optionality on the table. And we'll see how the conversation goes, she said. Wow. By next week, the Republicans are going to get him down to a $50 gift card. Biden just made a big promise to his Wall Street donors. After being lauded for his task force policies, the Democratic nominee promised wealthy contributors that changing corporate behavior is not going to require legislation. I'm not proposing any. These are the promises he keeps, folks. These are the promises Joe Biden keeps. Nothing will fundamentally change, and I'm not going to do anything to rein in corporate greed. These are the promises he keeps. The promises he doesn't keep: a living wage, $15 minimum wage, public option, student debt relief, ending the wars, investing that money back here, anything. Using those tax cuts and investing that money. But nothing he promised he's doing, except the promises to his donors. On a Zoom town hall earlier tonight, AOC praised Biden and said he was definitely exceeded expectations and claimed that the actual conduct of the administration has absolutely been in good faith. If I could write that funny, I'd be famous. Joe Biden, to rich donors, nothing will fundamentally change. And that's a fact. They're not even getting rid of the Trump tax cuts. Remember when that was the biggest deal? I was like, oh my God, how dare you? Trump is such an asshole. I can't believe they're doing this. $1 trillion in tax cuts Joe Biden is going to keep. You know what he's not going to give you? $50 billion in student debt relief. He's not going to give you $20 billion to end homelessness, but he will give you $1 trillion for the richest people in the country for tax cuts, and he will give $20 billion more to Raytheon to go bomb people in Syria. So that $20 billion could have went to student debt relief, could have went to ending homelessness. He's not doing anything. Nothing's going to change. America is going to stay a two-tiered society with no middle class, and we're sliding into being Brazil. That's where we are. Fantastic. And everybody who voted for Joe Biden, I hope you feel proud of yourself. I hope you feel proud of yourself. He's bombing Syria like a maniac. He's keeping tax cuts for the richest people. He's denying you health care, denying you a $15 minimum wage, denying you student debt relief, denying you public option. What else? Are you proud of yourself? And he's deporting more people than Trump. Are you proud of yourself? You voted for Joe Biden without extracting anything for your vote? Are you proud of yourself? Because you shouldn't be. Hey, everybody, this is the part where I tell you where all our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then this is why I tell you to join our premium program and get extra content, but nobody's got a fucking job. So just enjoy the video.